Back on, man. We are back on. We finna break this whole thing down, give you guys a better understanding of how to build the works, what to look forward to, the huge changes that are coming for NBA 2K23. It is crazy out there, man. I gotta tell you, a lot of people that were shining in previous versions of 2K are gonna have a difficult time in NBA 2K23. And we're going to break this whole thing down, how attributes affect other attributes, how attributes affect your badge count, badge loadout. Man, it is taxing out there. This thing is like a science project. We finna make it simple so everybody understands what's happening on NBA 2K23. I'm just going to make sure this joint is on. Hold on a second. Yeah, is that on now? Is that on now? Hold on. Let me make sure that joint is good. Doesn't look like I'm live on YouTube yet. Let me double check it. I don't know if I hit live already. See, we're on Twitch, but I don't. Yeah, there we go. We're on YouTube as well. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure it's good. We're gonna break it all down for you guys to understand it. All right. I might have hit on. I don't know if I did. Oh, that's the old stream. What is going on? This joint is trying to hold me. Hey, what up, y'all? Grayson, Zidane Dada's out there. Heck, yeah, I have it figured out. It's similar to 2K22 in the way in which it taxes you. I guess the more complicated issue is the badges that you get and how to allocate your badge points. We don't yet know how many badge points you're going to actually receive. So that's going to make things a little bit more complicated when you're trying to understand. Blessings. Appreciate you, Brenda0514. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. So we're going to break it all down so you guys got an understanding. It looks like I'm going to be able to create a good build this year, which I'm really happy about. What is going on? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my live. I see it up on YouTube, but I don't see the option to monetize it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure it's good and set up. Skill gap, definitely a huge skill gap. They are taxing us. They are taxing us heavily. Man, this joint is not pulling up this live stream, and I am getting frustrations. Confucius. Jesus Christ. All right, let me pull that down and pull it back up, and hopefully it'll come back up. If you guys, if you watched so far the builders presented by a lot of creators, it does seem extra complicated, but we're gonna break it all down and simplify it for everybody that's in the stream. We definitely don't want you guys creating the wrong build and investing in the wrong build, but I think 2K made good on this builder so that way you guys can see straightforward in regards to your attributes. You're gonna see straightforward that, hey, I might not want to put this attribute too high because then I'm sacrificing a lot of other attributes. More so than ever, one thing I think is going to be the key for builds this year, and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this, but the key factor for builds this year is going to be your core badges. You're allowed one core badge per category, and those core badges do not cost you any badge points, which is pretty interesting. I want you guys to understand what's happening there, so I'm gonna try my best to break it down to help you understand, because that's gonna separate a lot of players, what they have in their core badge selection versus the badges that they have allocated. As long as they got I think, if you put it like this, if we're making a balanced build and then you're in that balanced build, you're able to have these key core badges. You see the tier 3 type of badges. If you're able to equip some of those tier 3 badges per category in your core badge slot, which costs you no badge points, but you do need to have enough badge points to even have the option presented to you. So in other words, if you want one of these tier 3 slots in your core badge slot, and I know this may sound confusing, which we're gonna have some background video in just a second to showcase the core badge slot. If you're going to have the option presented to you by 2K, you need to have enough badge points to even have the option presented to you. Another factor as well is that tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, you need to have 10 badges allocated between tier 1 and tier 2 in order to even open up tier 3 as an option. So that's even more complication to add to it. But the core badge selection and allocation is going to be what separates builds, because if you could put these tier 3 badges into your core badge selection, which are you get 4 core badges per build. If you could put those badges into your core badge selection, it's costing you 0 badge points. You could then reallocate those badge points into some tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 badges. We finna get right into it. I want to see what's going on with this thing here. It's still not showcasing, which is really sucks that I can't pull up this live thing here. Let me see if I can go in this route. There we go. I had to go in this route. Try to play me? You try to play me, Coachy? I know other ways around this. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm gonna break it down, Dre the Great. There's not gonna be no more Confucius out there. You guys are finna have after this live stream, you should have a clear understanding of these badges, how they work. I'm gonna break it all down for you guys. I promise you, you'll have an understanding. One thing that's really different, y'all, that I want to make a couple of notes. I got a bunch of notes here, but I want to make some just so you guys know what you're getting into and you can better mentally prepared. And you don't need to be frustrated. Trust me, it's not too much different from NBA 2K22 in regards to attribute allocation. So when you're allocating your attributes, it's not too different in the way in which one attribute affects another attribute. So we had that general understanding. No demos this year, y'all. We had that general understanding in hold on one second. In NBA 2K22, this is just a little bit more taxing. So for instance, he showcases here. Shout out to Joe Knows for providing us this builder information. I wanted to let's go over some stuff. Let's start from the beginning. Because that's how I set up my notes. You're allowed 10 builds for each account. So you're gonna have 10 builds, 10 slots to create these builds. But as he shows here, you see how he increased the 3-point shot, right? So we know this already. We know this, that when you increase one attribute, other attributes are going to, add on. So I want you to take note as well. I want you to take note that your overall, similar to NBA 2K22, hey, you got it, Dre the Great, no problem. I want you guys to take note that, first of all, it doesn't look like it's going to be an increase your 99 3-point shot type of year. Because if you think play shots are gone, point blank, period. The play shot is muerto kelto. Them boys are not making it on NBA 2K23. Porky, appreciate you being here. Yeah, the community, they don't have patience, but you're gonna need patience, and you're gonna need a few. Trust me. Just trust me. Take your 2 brain cells that you have left and try to rub them together, because you're gonna need them for NBA 2K23, y'all. This joint is complicated. This joint is not too complex in regards to attribute allocation, but it's complicated when it comes to the badges and the tiers. By a month or two, we'll be back to normal. So take them 2 brain cells, rattle them together, shake them, rub them together. Hopefully you get a spark, and you'll be able to better understand this. And shout out to everybody that's in here. I appreciate y'all being here. But we're gonna walk it through. You understand the 3-point shot goes up to 99. It increases your mid-range shot. Now, like Joe Knows specified, you see the yellow? You see, I don't know if you guys, yeah, you guys can see my mouse here. You see the yellow here? When you increase an attribute, the yellow is what will increase with it, right? So I'm excited too. It really is interesting. I love this type of stuff as well. I want you to see that when he increased his 3-point rating to 99, it also increases free throw, it increases mid-range shot, and his close shot. but it also increases overall. And mind you, you guys only get to go to 99 overall, right? This is common knowledge. We know this stuff. You only get to go to 99 overall. So we're going to continue on and let this thing go. Those are the badges you'll get, but you see it's taxing on everything else. So right here, so you guys understand what Joe Knows did on the builder. He only increased 2 separate attributes, and this should clear things up a lot for you guys. This should help you guys know what type of game you're getting into. He only increased 2 attributes to 99. That was his 3-point shot and his ball handle. He's already at a 98 overall. Nothing else. He can't increase his stamina. He can't increase his speed. He's 98 overall with only 2 attributes, y'all. So this says that the play shot is donezo. Donezo, y'all. He's not coming back. The play shot is going to be a different type of game. We're going to continue this thing on so we can see what else he showcases. I got a bunch of notes here so we can better understand what we're getting ourselves into. Look at the badges. I don't know if you guys see this thing clear. You got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. To get Hall of Fame badges. Now, you're going to have Hall of Fame badges in your tier 1, as you guys see. You're going to have Hall of Fame badges in your tier 2. You could have Hall of Fame badges in your tier 3, dependent upon how you allocated those attributes. For instance, if you put something up to 99, you're more than likely to have a tier 3 Hall of Fame option. Just to give you guys a basic understanding of that. Hall of Fame badges in tier 1 cost 4 badge points. Not too expensive, right? But understand that tier 1 badges are not nearly as impactful, in the sense that if you have a lower attribute, they're going to put badges in there that are not impactful to your build. So tier 1, you'll have options for Hall of Fame, but they're not going to be like those OP badges. Like you're not going to have, you guys are not going to have blinders on Hall of Fame as a tier 1 option, just so you guys understand that. So 4 badge points for tier 1 badges. Tier 2 badges, if you want them on Hall of Fame, they will cost you 6 badge points. Keep in mind that just to open up the tier 3 option, you guys need to allocate 10 badge points between tier 1 and tier 2. That tier 3 option will be grayed out until you allocate tier 1 10 badges into tier 1 or tier 2. Keep that in mind, y'all, because while you're allocating these badges, you're going to have to say, well, I want to put this badge in my core badge slot, which we'll get into in just a second. But that tier 3 slot is not even going to open up for you. It'll be locked until you put 10 badges into tier 1 and tier 2. Those tier 3 badges are super impactful, y'all. 6-9s are looking good. Haslam, what up, man? Those tier 3 badges are super impactful for your build, but they're going to cost you, y'all. Tier 2 badges are more expensive than tier 1. Tier 3 badges are more expensive than tier 2. Tier 3 badges at the Hall of Fame level will cost you guys 8 badge points. But also keep in mind that in order to even open up tier 3 badges, to open up the option to allocate tier 3 badges or equip tier 3 badges, put 10 badges in tier 1 or tier 2, then that tier 3 opens up. When that tier 3 opens up, every player is allowed 4 core badges. Those core badges this is the new feature in 2K23. Those core badges cost you guys 0 badge points, but you need to have, you see this highlighted gold Agent 3's badge right here? If you guys do not have enough badge points to consider the option of equipping this badge, which will cost you 7 badge points, then 2K will not even present you with the option to put it into a core badge slot. So I know folks are going to be shooting for allocating tier 3 badges into a core badge slot, But you need to have enough badge points at your disposal, because you could actually have the tier 3 badge equipped. So I could consider the idea of equipping tier 3 or putting it into a core badge slot, which will cost me 0. If I consider equipping it, then it'll cost me 7 badge points. Hopefully that helps clear up the idea and showcase how effective, how important those core badges are actually going to be for you guys. I think the core badges is what's going to separate a lot of folks. We're going to know right off rip, soon as you get into the builder, you're going to learn real quickly that you're not going to make the build that you guys had before. This is really making me miss the demigods of 2K15. Yeah, demigods are out the picture, y'all. What's going to make a demigod is not going to be your attributes this year. You're not going to be able to put this to 99 and in multiple categories have 99 or even high 90s for that matter. What's going to make demigods this year, which you're hearing it first here, I think what's going to make demigods this year is the allocation of those core badge slots versus, because you save badge points, they cost you 0 badge points to put it into a core badge slot, which will then take those badge points and put it into tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 badges. The way in which you allocate those core badge slots are going to reign supreme in comparison to your attributes, because the attributes are pretty much black and white. You raise one attribute, it's gonna like really hurt. No, I mean, you got folks out here, if they attempt to go 99, rest in peace to the guards. If they attempt to go 99 in one particular attribute category, you're gonna suffer in another category. It's just how it's going to be in regards to your attributes and attribute allocation. Also, your wingspan. You guys could have max wingspan and it's not going to affect your ball handle. Max wingspan does not affect your ball handle for 6'10" builds and smaller. Pretty dope stuff. This is the option where you could choose 3v3 or 5v5 while you're making your build. You're gonna see some gameplay right now as well in this player build trial run. That was a quick snatch block you guys see there. Joe Knows providing us with this great builder information and showcasing what his build is finna be doing out there, at least the build that he first made to showcase the new player builder on NBA 2K23. He's showcasing right here that right now you're seeing on the screen that your ball handle does not get affected with your wingspan, which you're gonna see. Your ball handle will stay the same whether you got max wingspan or minimum wingspan. So that's a huge change. I think 6'8", 6'10s are gonna be good as well. Max wingspan, you're good, stays the same. He's also going to showcase center builds in just a second. If you guys are curious about the center, he's showcasing the weight and the changes in how the numbers change, which is one of the first things we're going to do when we get out there, where it'll give you the caps while you're changing up the height and the weight. But again, your playmaking, you guys see, stays the same. Whether you're going minimum wingspan or max wingspan, it'll stay the same. Good afternoon, Big Guido. Centers will be them. Not necessarily. It depends on how good interior defense is. But we're getting into it, man. I'm going to let this thing play out. Wingspan again. Here we go. So Joe Knows was looking at, I know folks were talking about the center build. 7'3" is the tallest. So that 7'5" image that was floating around is definitely a fake image. 7'3s are the tallest so far. And we're going to let this thing play off because he's going to showcase increasing your close shot, increasing your post control or driving dunk. You're not going to get the same builds that you had last year. Let's see if he increased 3-point. Let's see if we go across. There we go. Playmaking 3-point shot maxed out. See if we fast forward. Here we go. There's the center build right here. He has his close shot up high, standing dunk, and post control 99, right? So you're like, I'm good money right there. You're thinking, I'm good to go, right? Look at your defense, coachy. Take a look at your defense. That's 0 3-point shot. He's a 97 already with 0 3-point shot. So you got your close shot up. This definitely looks like a post scoring type of build, right? That looks like a post scorer, a dominant post scorer, but you're not gonna do nothing else on the court. So it's gonna be team oriented. If this doesn't stress enough that the game is gonna be team oriented, I don't know what else does. Because he's already at 97 and he just pretty much increased his finishing for post scoring, for like a post scoring perspective, and he put his defensive rebound to a 97. He has very low interior defense. He has 0 block, a 71 offensive rebound. They'll dominate you in the paint, and he has no 3-point shot. So if that doesn't showcase that you can make a build like this and be dominant, you can do that, but you're gonna get dominated as well. So keep that in mind, y'all. This is why I think it's gonna be multiple positions working together and being good as a team versus one player being a demigod in NBA 2K23 is not going down.
Let's go, coach.
So we're gonna keep this thing going and showcase. I think we're looking at a more balanced type of year. You're gonna see 80s throughout the attributes. The lockdown positions do look good. We're gonna see what else is on here. I want to get into the badges. Here we go. Let me see what it says here. All right, so what he showcased here was that there's some are you guys seeing on screen how like some badges require a particular attribute, like a 66 driving dunk or 67 standing dunk to get aerial wizard on silver? To get it on bronze, there are some badges throughout your categories. There are some bronze badges that have absolutely no requirements. So even if you have a 25 ball handle, you may be able to get a bronze badge without the requirements. So you don't need to meet any attribute requirements. So people definitely gonna complain. That's one thing for sure. People are definitely going to complain. Yeah, it's gonna be the balanced demigods. That's what it's gonna be. Balanced demigods on NBA 2K23. We finna continue this thing on and see what else we get to look at in this builder information. I want him to get, all right. So again, if you see a blacked out image like this rise up badge right here, if it's blacked out, that means you can't even add it to your player. But if you see it grayed out, then that means you haven't added the attributes high enough yet that you have on your player. You haven't just put those attributes up. So if it's blacked out, it's a no-go. If it's grayed out, you can get it. And when you increase your attributes, we're gonna continue this thing on. Here we go. So we got limitless range. To get limitless range on silver, y'all, this is where things, like, I know y'all gonna hate this. I already know off rip, y'all not gonna like this. For you guys to get limitless range on silver, that's an 85 3 ball. 99 to get limitless range on Hall of Fame, but we all know what limitless range on Hall of Fame is gonna do. It's gonna go crazy. But what 99 is going to do to your player really makes you a role player. So you're going to have to just, be that spot up shooter with 99 limitless range, which was very likely considering the 2K community makes the adjustment to adding role players and playing as a team. It's also going to cost you 6 badge points. 6 badge points just for a silver badge. That's really, really intense. So you see tier 3, and again, these are tier 3 badges. Also, I want to add, and I don't want you guys to forget this, because this is where this is going to be a game changer, y'all. The game changer is that you can put this limitless range on silver, which will normally cost you 6 badge points. You could put that joint into your core badges, 1 of 4. You could put that into your core badges and it'll cost you 0 badge points. So if you don't want to waste badge points on limitless range silver, you could drop that into your core badge, which you're allowed 4 core badges per build. and there is one per category, so you choose one. Do I want catch and shoot because it costs me 7? Maybe I put that into my core badge selection, and then I'll save it and then allocate the badges that I actually equip into your badge loadout. I'll put it towards limitless range on silver. I'll have that equipped. It only costs me 6 badge points. So different ways to look at it, different ways to look at your core badge selection. I think that's going to be the separation of builds. Considering these tier 3 badges are the most impactful, you're going to see way more players looking to open up that tier 3 badge selection, because tier 3, the selection of those badges do not open up until you allocate 10 badges into tier 1 or tier 2. There has to be 10 badges allocated in those 2 tiers before the tier 3 selection even is presented to you guys. And in order to even add one of these tier 3 badges into a core badge selection, you guys need to have enough badge points available to you. So in other words, limitless range costs 6 badge points. You guys see that on screen. If for instance you don't have 6 badge points available, then you're not going to be able to put that in to the core badge slot. So just to keep that in mind there. Hopefully that made sense. There's no demo, y'all. There's no demo. There's going to be a bunch of two-way bench warmers out there. There definitely is. 315 in the chat. It's definitely interesting, y'all. Definitely a different type of year. Attribute allocation is not going to be as complicated because it's going to be clearly straightforward. But you guys want to keep in mind that if your attribute for a particular category is too low, then for instance, you'll have limitless range in the tier 1 category and it's not going to be as impactful. Let's look at interceptor. Does everybody know that interceptor was the attribute requirement for interceptor on Hall of Fame was a 90 in NBA 2K22? And NBA 2K23 is going to be a 99 steal in order to get that attribute in order to get that badge on Hall of Fame. It's going to cost you, and that's in the tier 2 slot. If it was in the tier 3 slot, 99 steal. If it's in the tier 3 slot, then it will cost you 8 badge points. It only costs 4 badge points to get the badge on silver. And it ain't like if you see silver there, that's all you get because of how you set up your attributes. It ain't like you see silver here and you can still get tier 2 on Hall of Fame. That's not how it works. What you see here is what you're going to get, and it's what it's going to cost you. Just to keep that in mind. It'll present at Hall of Fame. Let's say you got super high rebounding. It'll present rebound chaser on Hall of Fame. You guys see the tier 3 slot. If you had, let's say a super high steal attribute, then it'll present at tier 2 Hall of Fame level, or it'll actually put that badge over into the tier 3 category. Yeah, we play yeah, back with another live stream. 315 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. If I'm not making sense, if you guys are having any level of confusion, do not hesitate to put a comment in the chat, because I want you guys to leave this stream having a way better understanding of why this builder makes so much more sense to the game that we're going to have in front of us. It's a much more slow-paced type of game, a strategy-based type of game, a half-court set type of game where you're not going to see ISO players out there. So yeah, centers are definitely not going to have like a high perimeter defense. We're going to let this thing continue to play off so we can get a better understanding. Again, tier 1 badges, even tier 1 badges are not nearly as impactful, right? We know that. Tier 1 badges are not going to be heavily impactful to your game. As you increase the tiers, you're going to have badges that are more impactful. A tier 1 badge is not going to, the same badge is not going to make it to tier 2 or tier 3. Just like if you have a tier 3 badge, that same badge wouldn't be in tier 1. The way in which 2K is allocating these badges from tier 1 to tier 3 is dependent on how you allocate your attributes. So if you're super defensive, then the best badges in the game are going to be in your tier 3 category. Hopefully that makes sense. That's why you see Hall of Fame badges in the tier 1 category, but this guy say he has a high perimeter defense, ankle braces, maybe he has not too high, maybe he has like an 85, let's say, perimeter defense, which allows him ankle braces at Hall of Fame, but in the tier 1 category. If he increases ankle braces to 90, if he increases perimeter defense to 99, maybe that a badge like that will be in the tier 3 category. Hopefully that makes sense. What's the reason for core badges? So the reason for core badges, now I was explaining this just a second ago, and I think core badges are going to be the separation between players. The reason for core badges is that 2K is giving you guys a break. These badges are really expensive. Just like for a Hall of Fame tier 3 badge, it's going to cost you guys 8 badge points. But you could save those badge points if you put one of those badges, which you have the option to select any badge, and put it into your core badge slot. The only catch here is that you need to have enough badge points for 2K to present you with the option. And what I'm referring to here is that you see how this interceptor badge is, it says 4 badges required. Right here, it says 4 badges required to equip this badge. If you do not have 4 badge points, then 2K is not going to even give you the option to put it into a core badge slot. If you do have 4 badge points at your disposal, then you can take that badge, put it into a core badge slot, and then save badge points and put those 4 badges that you would have spent on Interceptor and put it to another badge like Clamps. So they're trying to give you guys breaks, see what you set up as your core badges. I imagine that folks are going to be trying to put the best badges and the most expensive badges into their core badge slot. So folks are going to seek out to put tier 3 badges into their core badge slot and save the cost of 8 badge points. So the plan of attack is getting the attributes that get you the badges. So first is just like figuring out what type of player you're going to make. And this is where things get a little bit complicated because folks are too used to getting demigods out there, right? So folks want a 99 steal, want a 99 driving dunk, and a 99 three-pointer all on the same build. That's not going to be the case in NBA 2K23. It's too taxing. You're going to sacrifice something, and it's going to sacrifice heavy. 2K23 is going to be a game of role play. It's going to be a team that wins, not a single player. So the plan of attack is taking your role, understanding that your role is going to have limitations. So you're not going to be the primary ball handler, and you're not going to be the best spot-up shooter shooting from limitless range. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you're not going to be the primary ball handler and have defense and elite finishing. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to be a game of role players where you're going to have a spot-up shooter out there. So when you're making your build, understand what type of role you're playing. And when you get that understanding, then you're going to increase that attribute as high as you see fit. And according to the number that you increase that attribute is going to determine which badges are going to be allocated for that build. So if you're, say you want to be a spot-up shooter, say a pure sharpshooter, then limitless range is going to be on Hall of Fame. The option is going to be presented to you at the tier 3 level. You put that 3-pointer to 99. You're setting up as a spot-up shooter. When you get enough badge points and you allocate 10 badges between tier 1 and tier 2, tier 3 will then open up. You'll see the option for limitless range on Hall of Fame. And then if you hit triangle, there'll be an option there to hit triangle. It'll then say add to your core badge slot. That'll save you 8 badge points right there just by putting it in to your core badge slot. Hey, you got it, Big Guido. I appreciate y'all being here. There's only 1 core badge slot per category, which is why it's 4 core badge slots. So I imagine if you're a primary shooter, you're not going to have nearly as much finishing. So although you may have a Hall of Fame shooting badge in one of your core badge slots, you may have like a bronze finishing badge in your core badge slot as well, which will save you, you know, a few badge points there. So I hope defense won't get nerfed. The way it's looking, I don't. To tell you the truth, the way it's looking, it's not like defense needs to get nerfed. Bro, current gen does not have this. People keep asking. Well, current gen, Joe Knows has confirmed that he heard current gen builder is the same as the next gen builder, except there's no tiered badges. You're having the old badge system in current gen, but the builder is the same. What's the reason for the core badge? I just explained the whole reason for the core badge slot. That's exactly what I just broke down, like the last 5 minutes. So thanks for the breakdown. All City wasn't even gonna get the game this year after 2K, but this game looked like, yes, facts. You got it. You got it, Rex. Appreciate you being here. I don't even want to turn on 22 anymore. Yeah, facts, man. It's like, it seems overwhelming at first, but the attribute allocation, which we'll get into in the beginning, let's go back to the attribute allocation, because attribute allocation is something that we're used to. We're used to attribute allocation, and how you guys see here. I want to showcase this portion right here. He increased 2 attributes, ball handle and his 3-point shot. When he increased those 2 attributes, only 2 attributes this man increased. Ball handle, 3-point shot. Look at everything else that increased. Now we all know that that's what we're used to in 2K22. When you increase one attribute, other attributes are going to increase as well. There is also a byproduct that I want to explain to you guys. So, like if you increase your 3-point shot, your mid-range increase, but because your close shot is tied to your mid-range, then that means that your close shot is going to increase when your mid-range goes up. You see, whatever is yellow, that's what's going to be affected. Even when you increase your ball handle, you're going to have like your driving layup increase, because you got ball handle highlighted right now on the screen, and you see in yellow your post control is highlighted, your driving dunk is highlighted, your driving layup is highlighted. So these are some of the attributes that are going to increase depending on the build type. If you are a big man and you increase your ball handle, then your post control will go up. But if you're a smaller player and you increase your ball handle, then your driving layup is going to go up. Hey Ash, what's going on, Ash? Salute to you. 402 in the chat. So this is the struggle. You guys are seeing that, right? He increased 2 attributes. He's already a 97 overall, which means he has very minimal attributes to allocate to other areas in his build. No defense, 74 speed. I saw Cheeseaholic, he was playing with the build. Shout out to Cheeseaholic. He was playing with the build. He attempted to make a 5'11 build. I'm not saying that's his final build, but he attempted to make a 5'11 build. That joint had 86 speed. Very different, yeah. Very different builds. There's not an actual build, y'all. There's a video. It's not a screenshot of a build. It's a video. So Joe Knows was just showcasing the idea of increasing only 2 attributes and how taxing it is if you guys want to get that 99, which lends to the idea that demigods are donezo, which lends to the idea that those playmaking shot creators that were going crazy in previous versions of 2K are finally out the game, which lends to the idea that we're looking at a team-oriented, a team-based type of game, which also lends to one more other idea. You do not want to run with randoms. This is not going to be the year that you want to break your brand new curved monitor. This is not going to be the year that you want to break your $100 controllers, or if you got one of them scuff joints or the special ones that PlayStation's about to release. Not going to be the year that you want to break one of those controllers because you're running with randoms. Do not run with randoms this year. I highly recommend joining our Discord. Type !Discord in the chat. They got a link. Big Heck got a link. Red got a link. The links are popping up for Discord. fine players to run with. We're pulling up on 22,000 members, non-toxic, only positive vibes. Trust and believe. Do not come in there on any level of toxicity because we will ban you and remove you. It's a safe environment for all gamers from all walks of life. We would love to have you guys join. You guys see, again, there's a big man build here. Now, I'm going to pause this just in case for some of the new folks that are coming in right now. Post-scoring type of build. I just spoke about this. Nice segue. Thank you, Click. Yeah, I've been working on that segue. It's a practice. I practice in front of the mirror. So I say, all right, I got my little script. So I practice in front. I got, as notes. Behind me, there's a dude. Like, y'all don't see the dude, but there's a dude who stands behind this camera with cue cards. So he helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys see in normal TV type of stuff. Well, I pay somebody to stand here with cue cards so I can segue, do these good segues, and I practice in front of the mirror before I go live. But you see, close shot 99, standing dunk 99, post control 99, but the man has nothing else. Nothing else, Coachy. No 3-point shot, no interior defense, no blocking attribute. This big man build has no blocking attribute. So, yeah, cue cards, facts. You have big Rome. What up, Rome? So let's talk about these core badges. I'll go back into, I think the core badges are over here. This image that you're looking at on screen is what I was trying to explain to you guys earlier. I know it doesn't make sense when I was saying in order to even open up your tier 3 options, you're gonna have badges in tier 3 when you create your build. You saw that speed too, right? You're gonna have options, tier 3 badge options. This is tier 3 right here. Look at the options he has for tier 3 on his build. He has bully as an option, limitless takeoff, posterizer, and slithery as an option. But you see, it's locked because you can't even have this option opened up to you guys until you allocate 10 badges in tier 1 or tier 2. 10 badges need to be allocated into those tiers in order for this joint to open up. And when it does open up, that's just the beginning, because badges cost way more in tier 3. If you want a badge on Hall of Fame at the tier 3 category, it's going to cost you guys 8 badge points. The separation between builds this year is going to be in how you allocate your core badges. Keep that in mind, y'all. Trust and believe. I'm telling y'all. What core badges are you going to have set up? Those core badges will cost you 0 points. We're going to keep this video going on. But you won't have the option to put, you see on the right side here over this text, let me try to hide the, I'm going to hide the chat box really quick. You see along the right side here, these are core badges. And you see at the very top of this core badge, it says your core badges. Core badges cost 0 badge points. You getting tired of repeating yourself? Well, nah, it is what it is. Folks just come into the stream. I don't mind. But 4 badge points. 4 core badges allocated. What I'm saying here is that people are going to be putting that tier 3 badges into these core badge slots. It's going to be like a long time coming. It's not going to be easy because those tier 3 badges cost a lot. If you want to equip a Hall of Fame badge as one of your core badge slots, let's say you want to equip Hall of Fame Limitless Range, you're going to have 8 badge points before the option is even presented to you. So even though you unlock tier 3 because you allocated 10 badges to tier 1 and tier 2, that doesn't mean that you could even equip tier 3 badges until you get enough badge points to actually equip or allocate that as a core badge. Really might install it, bro. Yeah, the game is... Can you explain the challenge? Now, I was curious about the challenge. It says here, a badge must be equipped to earn progress toward its core badge challenge. Once the challenge is met, the related badge level is eligible to be made a core badge. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Nobody has, at least from what I understand, nobody has said anything about the challenges to core badge slots. From what I've heard so far, as long as you have the option or enough badge points, which then 2K presents you with the option by hitting triangle, it'll allow you to put that badge into a core badge slot. Maybe the challenge is getting those badges in tier 1 and tier 2, and then getting enough badge points to get tier 3 badges. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have any feedback on that, but if I do, you think the challenges for the core badges will be difficult or grindy? Yeah, I'm not sure. Those are great questions. The second we get any more information on the challenges for core badges or the option to open them up, I'll definitely present that in a live stream and a video. Does it come at midnight? Yeah, midnight. Yep, midnight on the 9th. So Thursday night leading into the 9th. Thursday, I think it's on a Thursday, right? Am I not mistaken? Yeah, Thursday night going into the 9th. You know, the game, as it always does, it opens up. Badge points for season rewards are gonna be critical if they do that this year. Big facts. 421 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. It comes out at midnight. Yeah. So they're going over the course here. So I'm curious, man, what are you guys thinking? I'm gonna leave this joint playing off in the background. You know, sound off in the comments. You got questions? I think I got a pretty good handle on the builder. I think I got a pretty good handle on badge allocation and what to look for when you're, because you see here on this image right here, let me pause it. Hold on, let me go back that 1 second. As you're increasing these attributes, you see he increased his 3-point shot to a 99. It's gonna show you what badges you get at the Hall of Fame level. Let me go scroll down here. There we go. It's going to show you the badges that you receive. So I think playing and adjusting your attributes to get and seek out the badges that you want for that build, I think if folks lean, now mind you, I'm trying to get a more balanced build here this year. I'm trying to create a patch proof type of build. I'm not trying to be dominant in this particular category and dominant in that particular category and weak in others. So I think I'm leaning more towards, you know, balance across, which looks like it's going to be in the 80s, you know, something along those lines creates balance. And then while you're increasing those attributes in specific categories, you may want to take a look at the badges that are given to you in the tier 3 category. Because those badges are going to be able to, well, any badge could be put into a core slot, but more so being that those tier 3 badges are so impactful, you may want to seek out getting really good badges in that tier 3 and then popping those into your core badge selection. So definitely some curious stuff, man. 6'10" power forward seems like it will be a thing. That may be the new big man. There was something that he wrote about 6'10". Yeah, because not that you're going to try to get ball handle on a 6'10". I appreciate that, Big Hack. But 6'10" and below, for builds 6'10" and below, you're not going to have an effect from your wingspan will not affect your ball handle. For builds 6'10" and below. Let me go over some other notes here, see if I have anything else. All right, so there's one other thing I wanted to explain here. So we got tiered badges, right? We got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Now, for a big man build, you guys make a big man build, you're no way going to have Slithery Finisher like Joe Knows mentioned. There are some other key badges. You're no way going to have Slithery Finisher as a tier 3 option on Hall of Fame. It's just not going to go down for you guys. But a smaller build will have Slithery Finisher as a tier 3 option. Tier 3 badges being more impactful. So depending on the type of build you make, the height you make your build, that's going to be determined like where your badges are allocated. Where 2K says, all right, this type of player should have Masher at Hall of Fame for tier 3. And this other player here should have Masher at tier 1 that is not nearly as impactful. It's not going to be a badge that changes your game so much and makes you a nuisance to the defense. So you pick core badge later after your build. No, you don't pick. I don't think you pick core badge after your build is developed, because Joe Knows showcased the option. He showcased the option there. So I think it's just a matter of, like I said, any badge you can put into a core badge slot, one per category, but you just need to have enough badge points. And we did see something that talked about challenges for core badge slots. So we don't know if 2K is going to present us with a challenge before we can equip something into a core badge slot. But from what I understand, it's just a matter of having the badge points at your disposal in order for 2K to present the option for you. No early access. No. I heard folks in the inner depths of Afghanistan get early access, so stay tuned. They're limited on their Wi-Fi, but stay tuned, because I have a few family members, and Ronnie 2K's cousin is coming straight out of, we exchanged numbers, so he's gonna give me the connect. So when he goes back to Afghanistan, he's gonna start live streaming. I'm gonna stream directly through his name is Lahani 2K, so we'll be able to make that connection, and I'll showcase the early access. It's just limited Wi-Fi over there. Is 1 megabyte download, but we'll try and make it work for sure. We'll try and make it work. Let's see if I got some more. The same badge can unlock with different attribute upgrades. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say too. So let me see if I could get exactly where it showcases the idea. You know how in previous 2Ks it took like, well, let me just showcase it before I try to go and explain this thing here too much. Let me showcase it before anything, because I don't want you guys to be like, huh, what'd he say? I'm sure there's a part here that showcases exactly what I'm about to refer to. Driving dunk. Three-point shot. Not that. Perimeter defense. Here we go. It just showed it a second ago. Here we go. Well, that's not really it, because that's like the three-point shot and mid-range for comeback hit, but there was one in particular. They're just trying to say that there's more than one attribute that can unlock. All right, Joe Knows made perfect sense. He talked about the unpluckable badge. Now the unpluckable badge will work with like post control. So you could get that in other words, for post scorers, they're able to unlock unpluckable at higher levels if they have a high amount of post control. And I'm pretty sure he has it somewhere in this video. Trying to see if here we go. So that's the image right there. You see that, I think that's showcasing quick first step though. But quick first step, post control, ball handle, or speed with ball. Where quick first step was primarily based with speed with ball, now you could unlock higher levels or unlock the badge with a high post control, with a high ball handle, or with the high speed with ball. So that's what we wanted to kind of talk about. There's going to be different ways to unlock badges specific to the type of build that you're making, where post scorers would be dominant in the post. Although they have a low ball handle, they cannot dribble the ball down the court without getting stripped, but they should still be able to get into the post and be effective without getting stripped. So that was huge. Yeah, man, super huge. Let me see if I got any more information. We went over core badges. I'm hoping that this live stream help you guys get a better understanding of the builder, get a better understanding of the badges. I think the builder's gonna force us to make balanced builds. You're gonna see maybe a lot of two ways out there. You are gonna see dominant builds when they get their badges up. Did they didn't showcase a lock build. At least I haven't seen a lock build yet. This is from Joe Knows. Maybe Maybe Laker fan went over it. I think Brother Jones dropped some stuff as well. But lock builds are definitely going to be a thing. I think more from a balance perspective. I think they may be, because folks are going to be able to increase their wingspan without penalty to their ball handle. You're going to see a lot of long wingspan type of players out there. Now, that's not to say that they're going to be super effective like we've seen in previous versions of 2K, like it's 2K22, because your interceptor badge is going to be extremely taxing, as you guys are going to need a 99 steal attribute to get interceptor on Hall of Fame. Very different attributes, and costs for badges are going to be very different. EJ2 Raw, appreciate you being here. So definitely some interesting stuff with this builder. I'm looking forward to see what you guys create. Be sure to keep it locked here, because man, on midnight, on Thursday at midnight, it's over. We come in here to make a foolproof, patch-proof type of build. Thank you for the info. Hey, I appreciate you, EJ. I appreciate you. Yeah, Interceptor was stupid. I'm wishing you, we're going to wrap it up on that note. I'm wishing you all a safe and blessed rest of your day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. Let me see what's being posted tomorrow so I could... I don't think do I have it? Yeah, I have it. I'll tell you guys in just a second. That's what's being posted tomorrow. Let me pull that up bigger. Posted tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a big day, y'all. Play shots are donezo. No more play shots for NBA 2K23. Is going to be a different game. Appreciate that, Big Guido. So tomorrow we get the city information, y'all. The city is going to be huge. Man, as if today wasn't big enough. Yeah, it's going to be huge tomorrow, so keep it locked here. Drop a like, drop a sub on your way out, man. I'll catch you guys either early tomorrow